Hello, people at the house out there. Today we're back in the post office issue, which is 159 post offices are planned to close nationwide, so from Cavan down to Kerry and all them places. So this is on a local issue, but I would talk about national issues. But there's so many post offices, I literally have a sore throat nearly talking about them because literally it's disgusting how bad the government's just getting and how low they're sick and just the post offices are for really older people nowadays, and I want to keep them open. The older people deserve some respect. And this case, the people of Kilnalek in Cavan, which I was there a lot of times. I was there a good long time. I was there visited a long time in Kilnalek. I was around Kilnalek. Let's just put it that way. So they were protesting outside the local post office last Saturday morning. So they assembled outside and there was TDs, the local TDs and all that were there. But there's no point in having them there. The reason why I'm getting very frustrated with this, because I'm really fed up with Sinn Féin just talking. They're talking about things and then they won't do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to give out to the government about it. If the government come near me and say, here, look, we give us some leeway because we're doing our best. But for fuck's sake, I'm not going to give you any leeway. Because I understand it's hard to run a country, but Jesus Christ, it's not hard to keep these small post offices open. It's literally only a small post office. It's not a big warehouse 10 times the size of Offaly. You know what I'm saying? It's just a small post office. It barely even probably costs 1,000 a week. Gee, I mean, An Post has a big network and gets loads of funding from the government. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not going to kill you just to keep a few post offices open. I mean, literally, just close about 59 and people at least will be a tiny bit happy. But it's just the amount of them are closing. And the amount of local communities going to be devastated with losing their post offices. And this is in the Sapa here. So Kilnalek. So the people of Kilnalek said, I didn't get to go and help them with the protest. But they say if they lose their post offices, they lose themselves. And what I mean by that is, they mean we won't have any place to send our letters. Because we have to go to the next town to send our letters. And that's the good point. I like the way they said it. If we lose our post offices, we lose ourselves. And the reason why, and another thing these people said, we must act immediately. Because we can't let the government off with it. And that's what I say back to them. We must not let them off with it. Like Sinn Féin's talking about doing this in the government, bringing this past in the government. Do it. Don't talk about it. Just bring it up. Hit the government where it hurts. Say, I don't care. I don't care what you have to do. If you have to update your wallet, bank accounts, keep these post offices open. I don't care. The government get a ridiculous sum of money. Like, it's not going to hurt them to take a week's salary off to try and to try and pay off a tiny bit of debt if there's debt in the An Post. So there is going to be more post offices closed around Cavan. So Killalek branch and Killashandra. And we talk about Killashandra another day, but there is outrage in these towns. I can really imagine it because I was talking to some people for Killashandra. It is outrage. There is outrage. And the TDs, and they're just talking, Sinn Féin especially, they're just talking about it. They don't seem to understand. If you talk, like I'm trying to say to, on a national level, and trying to get people from other countries to understand how this is undemocratic. I'm trying to get other people from other countries, because the worst thing the government don't like in this country is other countries like America or Scotland or any other place hearing what's happening in this country. That's what they don't like. They don't like getting shown up. And then the EU, Anglo Morph and all them hear about it. They don't want to hear. They don't want that to happen. They just want to keep everybody in. They keep their mouth shut now and all that. But I don't care. I really don't care. The government can shut me down, but I take it even higher. I'm not going to stand down to any government minister or any department of government, even the girls. I won't stand down to them. If I have something to say, I'm saying it. As simple as that. I'm not going to stand down to any TD or anybody. So, and Swan and Bow too are set to close. Like, Swan and Bow is a long, long way away from a post office. It is a long, long way away. And it's a hard, hard journey if you have to go and connect your pension and you're barely able to walk. Like, think about that. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, Sinn Féin are talking absolute rubbish. They don't even know what to do, to be honest. I usually support them, but they don't know anything. They're just going to say, we're going to go with the people. We don't have a clue what we're going to do. Like, just argue with the government until they can't, they literally say we can't give out any more about it. It's just, these people are just, like, they lose themselves. That's more like, that's heartbreaking to hear. If we lose our post offices, we lose ourselves. And lose ourselves, that's literally like something very bad. That's that's just painful to look at. We lose ourselves. That is terrifying just to see it. If I didn't know this was about post offices, I think everybody was just losing their lives over there. So, like they're talking about it, they're feeling on the issue, show strong feeling on the issue. Like strong feeling is not going to do anything else. Like I'm here challenging the government's authority. And I really don't care. That's what they think. They could come down here and they could complain to me. Like they have all these senators down and all these TDs. I know Brendan Smith is a very powerful name in the government and the DAW, but like there's only so much one man can do. If you have if the whole county, there's how many in Cavan? The population of Cavan, let me just check. Just give me a second. I should have this out done. Population of Cavan. Just give me a second. No, that's the wrong thing. Population of Cavan. 1 second. So 82,000, yeah. So 82,000 people stand strong and say we will not stand for this. This is our town. This is our post office. And this is our road. This is our street. Well, street and road are the same thing. This is our place. And we will not stand for a government department up in Dublin to come down to the country and bullshit about closing post offices. And they won't close ones in Dublin. I never heard of one post office closing in Dublin. Is that because the Dubliners are literally just... Are they more important? Like, the country money is not good enough for them, is it? Like, that's pure racists. And the government are probably going to argue with me now. But to be honest with you, I really don't care. It's pure racism. Like, they worry about the cities. That's all they care about. If the cities are not happy, then they're going to just... You know, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. Cavan has 82,000 people, literally. This Kinloch alone has about, I think they said around 300 people, maybe 450 people. Yeah, that's a decent size of a population. And outside, that's only in the town. That's only in the town area. Like, and then there's about, they say here there's about 700 people living on the outskirts of the town. Like, that's quite a number. If you think about it, that is actually quite a number. It doesn't matter if people are not using it. But they'll be sending postcards and all that, and they'll be busy around Christmas time. But... You know, it's kind of bullshit that they have to... Like, what is the big issue? Like, it's this... I say post offices... Like, this post office, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. This, like, Kinloch post office probably only costs about $1,000 a week in electricity and all that. It's not big money. It's not big money to... I mean, it's all right for the GPO. The GPO is a quite size of a post office, but... Like, it's only about 1,000. I say it's only nearly 500 in some post offices. And it's not going to break the bank, to be honest with you. So it's just useless what the government are doing. But I ask everybody just to stand. If your post office is getting closed in your local town or your local village, they get out with a sign and they say to your local minister, I will not stand in this country and I will leave this country if you close this post office. And if you make sure it's it's your responsibility to keep this post office open or you will not be voted in the next election. And you say to them very firm. And you say, I will not back down from you and I will not back down from anybody. Because there's one thing for sure. If we don't get our post offices back, I'm sure there'll be loads of people leaving the country. I'm sure. And then there'll be immigrants coming in. And they won't care for it. They won't even know what post means. Let me tell you. So let me just say that to the government again. There'll be immigrants in this country in the next 20 years. There will be no Irish people because half of the Irish people who just committed suicide or jumped off a cliff. The same thing. But... That's just the way it's going. So yeah, thank you for watching. I know that went deep, but that's what I just feel like. Because the government's just tearing at the Irish people. They won't tear at the people coming in from Syria and all that. Like, to be honest, the Irish people are nearly worse off now than the foreigners coming in. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and more.